Bayern Munich 2, Boca Juniors 1. There's only two players I want to talk about from this game from Bayern München. Two technically English players, Michael Olise and Harry Kane. The disrespect that these two get sometimes just because one is nonchalant, one doesn't look like he cares a lot, and the other, he's a bottler, he's a trophy bottler. But today's game just showed you how characters show up in the big moments. And out of the entire Bayern Munich team and the Boca Juniors team, Boca Juniors, who did very well, by the way, defensively they were resolute. But guess what? When you saw the game, you understood athletically, Bayern were just on a different galaxy to Boca Juniors, which is simply why they won. The passion was there from Boca. The tactic, the counter-attacking tactic was there from Boca. But what wasn't there was the athleticism. Even the physicality was there from Boca. They just could not match Bayern athletically. They could not match them with pace, with running intensity. That's where Boca Juniors lost the game entirely. But we have to give credit where credit is due. And credit is due for two Bayern players, Michael Olise and Harry Kane. In the first few minutes of the game, Olise scores directly from the corner. Insane curve on the ball, and it just passes Marquez in, but there was a push on him. So you know what? It was cancelled. And fair enough. It should have been cancelled anyway. But Olise from there just took the game to the next level. It's not like he was doing something special. Like it was not something like what Lamine Yamal does on a daily basis. But it was more keeping the game ticking, keeping the game under Bayern's control at all times. And that was purely down to Olise and Kane dropping into midfield, even defense at some point. Towards the end of the game, Kane was near center defensive midfield. And this kind of reminds you of what he used to do at Spurs as well. He used to drop in very deep. He used to help the team wherever it was needed. And this is why Kane is superior to any other striker that we have seen in recent times. Because he's not just a finisher. He's arguably top 5 number 9s to play the game in the last 10-15 years. But at the same time, he's also one of the best creators to play the game in the last 10-15 years. It's not only that he drops into midfield, but he drops into center defensive midfield. He helps out wherever the team needs him at the age of 32. Now, you'd expect players to do this when they're younger. Like Rooney, for example, when he was 16, 17, 18, he was a dog and he was running around for all the players and he was doing the job of essentially 2-3 players. But Kane's doing that essentially at 32. And you got to respect him for that. At the same time, he's there when his team needs him. When Kane gets the ball, whether that's a deadly set piece, whether that's a penalty kick, whether that's in the box, anywhere in the box, you know Kane's wrapping it. He's wrapping it into the bottom corner, whichever that is. And this is why you have to respect Kane and Olise, just because, you know what? He gives the nonchalant gimmick, but at the same time, he backs it up. He kept challenging the Boca wingbacks to the point they were sitting deep. And which is why Bayern ultimately got control of the game when they were about to lose it in the first half. Because in the first half, though Bayern had the control, there was an opportunity to get at them. If the wingbacks had moved forward and they had actually attacked with intent, they had supported the strikers, then there was a chance Bayern would have been in trouble. But because of how good Olise and Coman were throughout the entire game, they were essentially pinned back. And in the first half, they could not do anything. It was only in the second half that Boca actually got some breaks. To be fair, Boca's first goal came against the run of play. Because that's again when Bayern was starting to take control of the game again. Boca again did not have any players in support in the attack. But they got one chance. And it was pretty much out of nothing. Merentiel created a chance and he just slotted it past Neuer. Now at that point you're thinking 1-1. Again, a South American team has avoided defeat to a European team. Just like Flamengo beat Chelsea. We thought this is another one, 1-1, or you never know, Boca might steal it. But guess what? Boca didn't steal it. At the end of the game, the ball just starts pinballing in the box and then suddenly it falls to Olise. And Olise, you know, as composed and cool as he is, in such a pressure situation, slots it bottom corner. This shows you what kind of a player it is. And I haven't even watched a post-match interview. I'm sure if Olise is being interviewed, he'd probably be as nonchalant and as annoying as people want. Because that's just who he is. But people are going to mark him down just because he does not care enough about the game. Does it matter whether he cares about the game or no? Because all I'm seeing is this guy just balling out every single game I watch him. Whether that's for the France team, whether that's for Bayern, whether that was for Crystal Palace when he played. He's just levels above everybody else and he doesn't care. Kind of reminds me of Matthias Cunha, but just a little better. Anyways, congratulations to Bayern Munich. I think they're through officially now to the next round. And yeah, the Club World Cup, you know what? It's not so bad. The games, the quality of games, they're closer than you'd think. And this is why I guess sometimes you need games between countries and between continents. Everybody who supports a European club definitely thinks that anybody in South America, anybody in Asia, anybody anywhere else would get absolutely demolished by any European team. But I guess this Club World Cup tells you that, okay, even if they're not playing at 100%, because we can tell all the European clubs are just trying to, get the win. And then after that, they're just passing it around, playing at 30%. Maybe because of the heat conditions, because it's nowhere like that in England, Germany, Spain, or whatever. But now they have to cope. And when you're coping with that kind of heat exhaustion, it's going to take a toll. But at the end of the day, just like Bayern did today, you just have to win some games. Even if it's hard, you just have to win. So that's Bayern 2, Boca Juniors 1, Michael Olise, Kane, congratulations, and celebrate.